This weather? Dumb. Chainsaw availability? Also dumb. What's going on, YouTube? I hope you guys are having a great day as always. The sun's shining here, but it's not even gonna break 60 today, which is getting to be kind of depressing around here. I'm really getting annoyed. Before we get too far, do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, you did read the title or description correctly. We're talking 500 eyes today. I actually got some in. By some, I mean two, and one is already sold to one of my best customers. So I have this one to show you. I figured we'd knock out a video quick while I had one. I know I touched on these a little bit a while back on a 3-Minute Thursday, kind of the issues we've been going through with them, but now that I actually have one, I want to be able to kind of go over everything with you guys. So this will be a little bit of a review. We'll kind of cover all the ins and outs of it. I'll get to what I don't like about the 500i right now a little bit later as well, so hold tight for that. But we'll run through this real quick here. This shouldn't take too long because there's not nearly as much to cover as there is on a zero turn, for example. So let's get after it. Okay, so let's start with what is the 500i. Keep it all in perspective. It is still just a chainsaw. It's just the only fuel injected or EFI chainsaw that Stihl makes. So the demand for them has been crazy. They're the hardest saw to get a hold of. It's the most sought after chainsaw I've ever seen. But model number wise, it falls right in line with everything else, so it lands right in between the 462 and the 661, you know, power wise, weight wise, everything. It falls right in suit pretty much. So it's a big, mean chainsaw that's really hard to get a hold of. Like I said, we just got two in, one sold already. I ordered these two back in September, so they've literally been that far back ordered. We should start seeing them coming in now, because ever since then, I've ordered one or two more about every week. So I just kept ordering and ordering. So those should start piling in now. It's a 79.2 cc engine, which puts out 6.7 base horsepower. This is a traditional handle one. This weighs 13.9 pounds. The wrap handle weighs a little more. It's 14.8 pounds. So it's a big heavy saw, but anything else in this bigger saw category like this is too. And you're typically not slinging these around a whole bunch anyway. The guy's usually using this to fell something really large, or a lot of people buy them to put together sawmills and that kind of stuff as well. It uses a pretty standard 3/8 chain. This particular one's got a 25-inch on it, but it's a 3/8 .050 chain on it. So you can get these anywhere from 16-inch all the way up to a 36-inch bar and chain on them. The boring specs on them: 26-ounce fuel capacity, 11-ounce bar oil capacity. Now, between it being fuel injected and having the decompression valve like most of their pro saws do, in addition, it also has a primer on it. This thing is super easy to start because it's fuel injected and it has the new control module in it. This has the updated diagnostics to it, so for the mechanics anymore to work on these things, it's pretty much plug and play, just like figuring out a new car. This might be dumb to some of you too, but I love that all these pro saws, they're putting these captured bar nuts on these now. So those bar nuts are flared on the inside of the cover. So if they do vibrate loose, they don't fall off and land in the weeds, and then you can't find them. Look what I just got in that wasn't supposed to be here until October. I don't know whose family that family-sized pizza was supposed to feed, but I just ate half of it by myself. Anyway, look, I absolutely love this saw just like everyone else. It's crazy powerful. It has instant throttle response. I mean, the power is there immediately. That's the beauty of it. You don't get that carb lag. It's plug and play diagnostics. I really do like the idea of bringing servicing a saw into the current century. I love that about it. It's an incredible saw. If you want one and you can find one, buy it. I know we always talk about the availability issues with everything, especially, you know, now. This particular machine is the absolute worst. It's the hardest thing to get a hold of. Like I'd mentioned earlier, the two we just got in, I had ordered clear back in September. And because of the availability issues, here lies my problem with this saw. Stihl's list price on this thing, or what this thing should technically retail for, is going to be between $1,500 to $1,600-ish. Obviously, it varies with bar and chain size that you get on it, and whether or not you get a wrap handle one, those always cost a little more too. But but figure in that ballpark anyway. Because of those availability issues though, there are dealers as well as private sellers asking $2,200 for these. And that drives me absolutely crazy. For any, especially dealers, to try to price gouge their customers that bad, I hate it. I wish there's something Stihl could do about it. The only thing they can regulate is that you're not trying to undercut things and sell it too cheap, but they can't regulate how much you ask for it. But I wish there was something they could do. Those guys asking that much for them, I think shouldn't be allowed to have them then. Send them to the normal dealers that are selling them at a regular, reasonable price. And the only thing you can do is don't buy them at that. Don't contribute to this. The only reason they're asking that is people out there pay that for it. It's the only way to stop it. Is it a sweet saw? Yeah, but it's not that sweet. If somebody's gonna ask $2,200 for a 500i, go buy a 462 or a 661. I know they're carbureted. I know we all want the EFI saw. The 661 you could buy for cheaper than that, and it has much more power. The 462 is very close in power and virtually the same chassis, so it's more or less the same size, same weight, and you can buy those much more reasonable, you know, $1,400 or whatever. Just don't join in on the madness. Like I said, it's a sweet saw. I'd encourage everyone that wants to buy one, but don't obscenely overpay for them. But otherwise, I can tell you definitely that every single person I've had, at least in our store, buy one, absolutely loves them. Any of my pro guys that are doing this for a living that have had one, they of course always start with one, try it out, fall in love with it immediately, and are constantly bugging us about when can you get more. And all I can tell them is I have 20 of them or something on order right now, just spaced out. I order a couple at a time every other week or whatever. And all we can do is sit and wait. You know, we wait, and suddenly I get an invoice for 2 of them and they show up, and then we're all excited until they're gone again, and we sit around and wait. So yeah, if this is what you've been wanting and you do actually find one though, there's absolutely no reason you should have any reservations about buying one. Everybody that's had one absolutely loves it. But I hope you found this helpful and got whatever info it is that you were looking for today. I really appreciate you checking out my video for me. But please guys, I'm not above begging. Hit the subscribe button for me if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button for me if you actually enjoyed any of this at all. And until next time, I'll see ya.